What's up, everybody? It's episode 4 of the trailer rebuild. Today we are going over the ceiling. I've had a lot of people ask me about the ceiling on my Instagram. Shameless plug. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me now. Links in the description. We're going over the ceiling, the water damage in the ceiling, and we know that it still leaks through that vent. Now, if you didn't watch episode 2, you can go back and rewatch that where we pulled down that first panel, but we will be going over that again in this episode. In episode 3, we went over the main components of the trailer, the water tank, the stove, the heater. We went over basically all the components that you need for it to actually work and function, and we got all those situated. But we're gonna go over the ceiling today and tackle all that. We have water damage that is still happening around one of the vents, so we have to take that panel down. We have to go over the damage that it's done to the trailer, if we need to replace any beams, and go through and see if we need to take anything out besides just the insulation and the panel. Also be going over what I used on top of the MDF fiberboard, which is a polypropylene plastic sheeting, which is really cheap, and I thought it came out really good in the end. Plus it's really easy to install, so stay tuned for that. Now let's get into the episode. For the ceiling, I started by peeling the sticker off. There's this ugly wood sticker that was on the entire thing. I peeled all that off so I could get to the screws and take down the one panel that had water damage. I took down the ceiling lights as well. There was only 2 lights in the main cabin and then 1 in the bathroom. Took all those down so we could access the actual MDF panel to take down. You can see there's pretty extensive water damage on the one 2x2 that goes right next to the vent. Now you can also see that someone previously had repaired it with another 2x2 next to it. Not only did they do that, they added a 2x4 on the other side and a couple new 2x2s on that side. So at one point I think the water damage was actually more extensive and they didn't want to take out that one 2x2 to cause more problems with the vent. If we can get the top sealed, I'm not worrying about that one 2x2 that is actually damaged. I don't think structurally it matters, and I don't think even though it's significant rot in the one area, we're just gonna leave it. It's maybe a totally bad call, and it's totally your judge, and you can take it out if you want. I just didn't want to cause more damage and more problems with that vent, so we left it in, and structurally it's gonna be fine. So since we know there's a leak, what we decided we needed to do first was patch the leak. So from the inside, I caulked around the vent. I just used a bunch of caulk just for ease of mind. I really don't think that's gonna help a ton, but I figured it's not gonna hurt either. Then we moved to the ceiling, and I used Flex Seal, a white liquid Flex Seal. Man, this stuff worked amazing. It was really easy to apply. It was about $25 for the whole court. We used the entire court on the whole area. And after a few days, we put it on, and we actually had some rain the next few days. And we had 0 leaks. It completely fixed the problem, and we're really happy with the result. Now, if it wears down in the sun or anything like that, which I haven't heard of, but if it does, it's $25 and I can recoat next year. It's not expensive, so I think it's completely worth it. Now that we know no more water's getting in through the vent, we're gonna start going through and putting the insulation and putting the paneling. Now putting in the insulation, we used regular insulation I had that's actually for a 2x4 wall. Now I know that when you compress the insulation, you actually lose some of that insulation, but we had it free. My father-in-law had it because he just built his shop. It was free. I didn't have to buy it, so that's what we're using. We're probably gonna be sleeping in our sleeping bags anyway, and the heater going, so I'm not too upset, and I think it's gonna work out just fine. Once we decided we didn't need any more beams attached, we put the MDF board in place. So I cut the MDF board. This MDF board is a 3/16, I believe, or it's a 1/8. At Home Depot, they're relatively cheap and you can just go buy them there. And that's it, what the rest of the ceiling had anyway, so it was an easy fit. I had to cut out the hole for the vent and I used a flush trim bit, my Ryobi router. Now my Ryobi router is completely underpowered and I wish I had a heavier duty trim router that I could have used. I could have used my big router, but I decided to go with this. It did work, but it was definitely struggling with it. I used 1 1/4 inch screws to attach that MDF in place. And now I'm moving on to the polypropylene material. Now this polypropylene material is really cheap. It's only about $25 for a 4x8 sheet. So it cost me around $100 to do the whole trailer. Now the reason it costs that much is because I did it in a lot of smaller sections. It made it really easy to get around the vents, the lights, and other things, and the cabinets as well. I used liquid nails for the backside to attach to that MDF, but also there's transition pieces that make it really easy to hit into the slot. So if you have a little bit of tear out on your circular saw or it's not completely perfect, that's okay. It does give you a little bit of leeway so it still looks completely flush. As you can see, we also added the 1/2 inch wide head screws along the whole thing just to make sure that those panels are really stuck in there and attached to that MDF. Now we actually didn't mind the look, so we're just keeping it as is and didn't attempt to cover it by any means. I think this makes it easier if I need any repairs because you can just pull down the certain sections, unscrew it and pull them down. The one thing I really love about this polypropylene material is that you can scrub it down. Since it's plastic, you can just take a sponge to it and clean it. It's really easy. So at the end, you'll see there's a bunch of sawdust on top. So we just took some soap, water, and a sponge and cleaned it completely. It really lightens up the entire trailer. Watching, guys, that was episode 4 of the trailer rebuild, and the ceiling is done, and I'm happy to be moving on from the ceiling and tackling the actually making the trailer look new and not old and run down, which with keeping a little bit of the nostalgia of it. So we'll see how it goes. Make sure you stay tuned for future episodes. I'd appreciate if you subscribe, leave a comment, a like, let me know what you'd like me to cover in future videos, and I hope this helped if you had any issues sealing your roof or replacing and putting up new panels in your trailer. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and check out my website, mullenwoodworks.com. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.